What's good, beautiful people? It is your girl Shani here, your little big sis, and we've made it to another Friday. You know it's my favorite day of the week, and I'm so glad that you're here with me. If you are coming back to my channel, then thank you for continuing to watch. And if it's your first time here, then welcome, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I got a little icon in the corner. Hit that so that you don't miss out on any episodes. Anyways, let's get to the conversation at hand. First and foremost, I hope that you all enjoyed my little break. I kind of switched up a little bit. I did a Saturday episode and I did a vlog of me going to the Dove Awards. So if you haven't checked that out, be sure that you go to my channel and that you check that out. But you know what, guys? It's been 6 months. 6 months since I've been doing this YouTube channel. Yes. Hand claps all around. Why? Because it is all about consistency. And for those of you that have been watching from the beginning, you know that that is one of my biggest goals, is that I wanted to get back on YouTube and be consistent. But even crazier than that, it has been 1 full year since I left corporate America. And I kind of felt like I wanted this episode to be a little bit of a check-in, since when it is uploaded, it will be officially that 6-month mark of my YouTube, and also it'll be the month that I celebrate 1 year not being in corporate America, which is so crazy to me how quickly that all goes by. And I feel like, you know, I left corporate America, and in my very first episode, I talked about the fact that it was a huge faith leap for me. After being in corporate America for so many years, you just kind of get used to that grind, but I always knew that there was something greater that I had to push for and move in my purpose. And I just kind of want to check in and talk a little bit how I'm essentially still faith leaping. So you know what? Let's get into it. Hard. And I just remember feeling like this isn't it. But I was also working full-time in property management and had been in corporate America in general for about 14 years. I was working for the company that I was working with in property management for about 10 plus years, and had been feeling the itch of needing to move forward and really doing what I love. But you know how it is, you get into a routine, you're, doing what you need to do, you're surviving day to day, and there just never seems to be a time that's right to make that switch. But it wasn't until everything that happened in May with George Floyd that I realized, you know what, it's time. And I saw myself hustling harder in business with real estate and really making a plan and making a focus and deciding that, yeah, 2020, this is the last year that I'm going to be in corporate America. And in October of 2020, I made a huge faith leap because, but sometimes you just got to follow your heart. Now, so while I've alluded to this a little bit before, especially in those first couple of episodes, yes, I wanted to faith leap and, kind of get out of the corporate America phase of my life, because I really believe that television and writing and being creative is what God has for me. But another part of it is I realized that, and I probably didn't realize this till after I left, that I felt very stifled after a while in corporate America. I felt like I couldn't be truly who I was as a Black woman. Many times in corporate America, for, minorities especially, you can feel like a token. And I didn't realize how much that sometimes I was kind of on eggshells or pins and needles, just trying to be even keeled and trying to be everything that my coworkers or even the company expected of me. And sometimes that means kind of dimming your light a little bit in order to make other people feel comfortable. And it wasn't until I left that I realized how much of that I really did, and how stressed I really was, and how small I had to make myself. And I think one of the greatest discoveries that I've made in the time that I've left there is just taking up space and allowing myself to just be everything that I am, and really just discovering the things about myself. It's been a challenge though, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a challenge to kind of get out of that mode, because you're used to clocking in, you're used to being on a certain schedule, you're used to insurances and 401ks and all those things, and having to really rely on God and be like, all right, God, you've told me to make this faith leap. Where are you taking me exactly? How far am I leaping? Where am I leaping to? And really trusting him in that. I think one of the other things that I've discovered is, guys, my dreams are big, like super size, jumbo big, like super value meal, upsize, everything. And sometimes that's scary, because I realize that I don't have the power and the capacity within myself to make these dreams come true. even more so, what I realized is I have had these dreams in my mind and in my head since I've been a child. And I find that some people either have always known what they wanted to do since they were young, which is me, or as life goes on, they kind of follow into it and then it becomes their calling or their purpose or their passion. And it's a really, really hard thing to know and see in your mind exactly what it is that you want to do in life and kind of be on this weird trajectory and not really know how it's going to all come to pass, especially when God has put you on like what seems like a whole nother path. When I was in corporate America doing property management, I was like, God, how does this tie into television exactly? Like, my degree was in this thing and this is something completely different. How does this all tie in? But I'm realizing that as I continue to leap, and I'm still faith leaping, that that's all really a part of the process. And while it can be daunting at sometimes, I realize that I'm enjoying learning more about myself. Now that I've kind of allowed myself to be able to get to that point where I can really just focus on really living out those dreams. Now, over this last year, some of the things that I have been able to do that have helped kind of just keep me going, because there's like these weird lulls. Like, I'll have something happen and feel like, all right, God, finally, I'm doing it. I'm getting there. And then it'll be like a break, and I'll be like, all right, God, what am I doing? How do I get there? But He's showed up for me in so many ways. I studied voice acting at the beginning of this year. I've covered some award shows from the Stellars to the Dove Awards, which you all have had a chance to see. I'm going to be in a movie where I'm playing a news reporter that's going to be premiering before the year is out. What else? I've sharpened my editing skills. I've sharpened my recording skills. I've sharpened my producing skills and trying to come up with different shows and concepts, and even using my phone to create these vlogs. And even more so, I have realized that anything that is worth going after or anything that's worth having is really worth fighting for. So as I just kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of where I am right now at this 6-month mark, this 1-year mark, I really just want to encourage you to look within yourself and really ask yourself at this point in the year, are you doing what it is that you really want to do? Are you able to follow your passion in some way, shape, or form? And really encourage you, if you haven't taken that leap yet, jump off. Take the faith leap. And if you're continuing, if you have taken that leap, then I'm right there with you as we continue to do this faith leap together. I just wanted to check in. I felt it was time for me to check in with you all, just to be able to talk to you all and keep it real and let you know where your girl is at and what I'm looking for on the horizon. And just remind you that the race does not always go to the swift. That is for sure. And that's something that the word says. But I believe that if we continue to run our race, if we continue to trust Him, if we continue to move forward in what He has for us, I promise, I really, 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 really believe that we're going to get to that finish line. You just wait and see. So what is this week's faith fact? I want to say it's a little bit of a deep one. I would say ultimately faith leaping is actively giving up control of what you never had control of in the first place. Yeah, I know. If you're like me, you like to have control over what's happening in your life. And I think a part of it is because a part of me is super spontaneous and a part of me is very much a planner. I kind of want to have an idea of like, what's the next steps? What should I be doing? And when you faith leap, I think that's the thing about a leap. You don't know where you're going to land. You just kind of jump and you get out there. And in order to really faith leap, in order to really put it all in God's hands, you have to give up control. And as scary as that sounds, I am discovering in this time in my life that yes, there are days where it seems scarier than most. But it's also a beautiful thing because I find that in faith leaping, God surprises me in some of the most amazing ways. And He gives me just like a little bit, an ounce. He gives me a little bit of light, a flashlight amount for me to be able to see and know that He has me on a good path and that He hasn't forgotten about me and that I'm going to make it. So that is my encouragement to you today. Trust and believe that He has you on a path. He hasn't forgotten about you. And together we are going to make it. We gonna make it. We gonna make it. We Gon' make it. Okay, that's as much as I can do because I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. Shout out to Jadakiss. Anyways, guys, that is all I have for you all for today. Thank you guys so much for continuing to watch. 6 months in this thing. We're going to keep it going. And I really appreciate your love and support. I see it. I see it in the comments. I see it here on YouTube. And I also see it on Instagram. And I'm so grateful for it. So very grateful. All right. Well, that is it, guys. I pray that you all have an amazing Friday, that you have an even better weekend. And y'all know the motto, always keep the faith and let the Lord fight your battles. Until next time, take care. Love y'all. Peace.
Want to get a dose of motivation every Friday? Well, hit that notification button to subscribe so you never miss out. And feel free to share the encouragement with a friend. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram at ShaniSpeaksNow and keep the good vibes going week long. Thanks so much for watching and see you next Friday.
Y'all like my jacket? I'm trying to be fashionable on y'all. You know, popping collars and whatnot. Bye, y'all. For real this time.